Hello there guys, my name is Asian Psycho, and this is going to be episode number 2 of Combat Arms in Depth. And in this episode, we're going to be taking a look at the different game modes and types seen throughout the game. Going down the list, Combat Arms features Elimination, Elimination Pro, Capture the Flag, Search and Destroy, Spy Hunt, Bombing Run, One-Man Army, Last Man Standing, Quarantine Regen, Fireteam, and Season Secure. There was also available for the winter season of 2008 a special game mode called Snowball Fight, but since then it has not yet made its return to the game. So without further ado, let's get into discussing each of these game modes. However, because of the sheer amount of information that I have to discuss on these game modes and types, I will most likely only be covering the first 6 that I have just mentioned. First off, today we'll be talking about the ever popular and ever classic Elimination. This is your standard deathmatch game mode in Combat Arms. Let's talk about what happens in the lobby when setting up an Elimination game. Elimination is one of the more lenient game modes in terms of how many people you need to have ready in the other team to start the game, since you only need one other person ready on the opposing team to begin an elimination match. Unlike other games, or most other games, Elimination in Combat Arms does not have a time limit, so games can easily last up to 20 minutes or more in particularly big maps such as Snow Valley. The kill limit can go as low as 30 kills all the way up to 140 kills total, and the total amount of EXP and GP awarded to players increases as the kill limit increases. What this means is that basically, let's say for example you went 20 kills and 10 deaths in a 100 kill elimination game. If you get the same score in a 140 kill game, you will basically get more EXP and GP because of the sheer fact that the game had a higher kill limit. That's what it means. All maps in Combat Arms are available in the Elimination game mode. When you actually hop into an elimination game, you will spawn with a 3-second invulnerability shield. But the problem is that you will never really receive a fully functional spawn shield that will last the full 3 seconds, because how the join game system works is that as soon as you see your loading screen, your character is already in game, thus eating up your invulnerability time. All your respawns in the game, however, will last longer because you are obviously already in the game. However, even then, the shield is never really 3 seconds long, well, at least in my experience anyway, and of course the objective of the game is to slaughter your enemies faster than they can murder you. Your HUD, or HUD, for elimination games will display at the top center of your screen the total number of kills gained for each side, Alpha being the red bar on top, and Bravo being the blue bar on bottom. Elite moderators cannot kick for a short time when the game first starts, and they also cannot kick past a certain threshold near the end of the game. For example, they cannot kick anyone past the 120 kill limit in a 140 kill elimination match. This sometimes poses a problem as closet hackers can reveal their douchebaggery at the very end of the match and thus ruining it for everyone. Next, we'll be talking about the Elimination Pro game mode, which there really isn't much to discuss because of its simplicity of mechanics. It is like Elimination, but there are no respawns, and the game is operated in rounds, not total amount of kills. It is the combination of Elimination and Search and Destroy that we'll discuss later, in other words. Each round is about 3 or 2.5 minutes long, and in the lobby, the room host can toggle between 7-round, 9-round, and 11-round Elim Pro round limits. Also, the room host cannot start an Elim Pro match unless 3 people from each side are ready to go. In-game, if you join an Elim Pro game in session and a round has already started, you must wait until a new round can start. Once you spawn, you will receive the customary 3-second spawn shield. Remember, if you die, you must wait the entire round out to respawn again, so take caution. Elite moderators are bound to the same rules of kicking as they are in elimination matches, and in even pro games, they cannot kick 2 rounds before the game is over. This rule takes effect as soon as, for example, one team reaches 9 rounds of wins out of 11. This means that the EMOD cannot kick anyone anymore, even if it means that the opposing team makes a miraculous comeback for whatever reason and wins the game from wherever they are, beating the other team that has like 9 rounds on them. Thus, this poses the same problem with hackers. Capture the Flag is another classic game mode of Combat Arms. It is a simple objective game mode in which you capture the enemy flag before your enemies can capture yours. In the lobby, the room host can choose between 3 cap, 5 cap, and 7 capture flag games. In other words, the capture limits are 3, 5, and 7. The room host can choose between the 3, and on top of that, in order to start a capture a flag game, each team must have 3 people ready to go, including the E-mod. In-game, it plays out similarly to elimination games, but you must fight for the flags. Obviously, speed gear is recommended for people who intend to be flag runners. Campers will typically hover around the flag, trapping it up with mines and hornets, which personally is tolerable because it is a way of protecting the objective. When capturing or returning a flag, you must physically touch the flag with your character. Both flags are outlined in a red or blue circle depending on which side they are on. Alpha for red, Bravo for blue. To first steal a flag from its original home base, as mentioned before, you must physically touch it. You cannot simply go inside the circle and expect to grab the flag that way. Once you have the flag, unlike Halo or Blacklight Retribution, in which carrying the flag imposes some kind of movement or mechanic penalty, the flag will not impede on your performance at all, and your character in third person will simply be seen carrying the flag on his or her back, strapped to the backpack if he or she is wearing one, or if your character is not wearing a backpack at all, the flag will be directly strapped to your character's back. While carrying the flag, you are extremely vulnerable, as enemies will know exactly where you are at all times because your IGN will show up red no matter where you are, sort of like giving your enemies chams or wall hacks. But because it's a risk that you must take to pull the flag and run it back to your own, you must deal with it. That is why this is an objective game mode. You must have people covering your sorry little ass while you run the enemy flag to cap it. Once you are near your home flag, all you need to do this time is simply touch the perimeter of the flag. That is the circle I mentioned earlier. Once you touch this outer circle, the flag will immediately return back to its own home base and you will have scored a point for your team. Do note though that if you are running a flag back to your home base, but an enemy takes your own flag and runs away with it, you cannot capture the flag until one of your teammates kills the enemy flag carrier and returns your own flag. Until then, you cannot capture the flag. If you are hunting down an enemy flag carrier and kill him, to return your flag, all you need to do is go up to it and touch it, and it will immediately return back to home base. A few things to note about the Capture the Flag game mode. For some maps, playing Capture the Flag will alter your spawn locations. Snow Valley and Short Fuse are 2 maps in which the spawn areas change completely to adjust to the CTF game mode. Another thing is that CTF awards very little EXP/GP. Even if you do get a shit ton of kills or you play the objective very, very hard, gathering a lot of captures and returns, you will still not get very much EXP or GP. Also, if you win the game too fast, the game will consider the game to be flawed, or Nexon will think your game will be flawed because they deem it as suspicious activity, in quotes, and no one will gain any EXP or GP. Elite moderators cannot kick past 2 flag captures before the game is over. Also, there is a time limit, but usually it is about 20 minutes long, ample time enough for you to capture all your flags. In addition, not all maps can play capture the flag, at least I don't think so. Next, onto Search and Destroy. This is the most popular objective game type in Combat Arms, it being the staple game mode of higher level Combat Arms leagues like Woggle and ICOG. Woggle and ICOG style Search and Destroy will be discussed later in this video. In the lobby, the room host is able to set a 5-round, 7-round, or 9-round Search and Destroy game. Note, just like Elim Pro and Capture the Flag before it, Search and Destroy games are only ended once a team reaches 9 wins. It is not 9 games total. And just like the other 2 game modes, you may only start a match once there are 3 people ready on each team, including the host. In-game, just like Elim Pro, Search and Destroy games begin with a prep period of roughly 5 to 6 seconds to allow players time to join the game and get past the loading screen so that the first round can start with as many people as possible for balance. During this prep time, kills obtained from enemy players will not be counted. Search and Destroy games always pits Alpha, the attacking/planting team, against Bravo, the defending/defusing team. Alpha's objective is to plant a bomb at either of 2 bomb sites that are distributed throughout key points in the map. Bravo's objective is to prevent this from happening by massacring the entire Alpha team, and if a bomb does get planted, their objective now is to defuse the bomb within 37 seconds of its planting. There is a time limit of 3 or 2.5 minutes per round. If the time runs out before Alpha can plant the bomb, the win is awarded to Bravo. Everyone on Alpha can plant a bomb, and you can take it out at any time by pressing the 6 key. To plant a bomb, you must approach either of 2 bomb sites. Take out the bomb, and hold down the left click anywhere around the circle that denotes the bomb site. It is worth your time looking for a good place to hide the bomb, as sometimes bombs will detonate due to the simple fact that the opposing team just can't find it. It takes roughly 5 seconds to plant the bomb. Once the bomb is planted, the CA announcer guy will say, "The bomb has been planted," and the other bomb site that is not used will disappear from your HUD, indicating to the Bravo team where the bomb is located. As stated previously, Bravo now has 37 seconds to defuse the bomb, and they must act quickly. For those of you guys who come from Call of Duty backgrounds, this is much less time that is allowed to the defusing team over Call of Duty's own search and destroy game mode. I think in Call of Duty, you are allowed, I think, around 45 seconds as opposed to Combat Arms' 37 seconds. Bravo team by this point cannot simply slaughter the entire Alpha team. Even if there is no one left from Alpha left standing, if Bravo cannot defuse the bomb in time, it is Alpha's win as the bomb will detonate. However, if a Bravo member still manages to defuse the bomb somehow without letting the Alpha team know, or if there are still Alpha members alive, it will be Bravo's win regardless. It takes exactly 7 seconds to defuse the bomb, and to defuse it, you must locate the bomb, point your reticle at it, and press and hold the E key to defuse. If you let go of your E key, or if you accidentally jolt your mouse so that the reticle is not pointing at the bomb anymore, you must start over the defusing process. If you plant a bomb and your team subsequently kills off Bravo, the round will still award you with a plant registered in the scoreboard. If someone defuses your bomb, you will not get a bomb plant, and that diffuser will attain a defuse point in the scoreboard. And upon detonation, the bomb will not actually kill anyone, as the game goes out to cutscenes of the bomb blowing up in different angles. Search and Destroy acts like Elim Pro in that the emods are bound to the same rules of kicking, and that once you die, you cannot respawn until the next round. Search and Destroy games, if the teams are well matched, can potentially last a very long time. Hypothetically speaking, anyway. Hypothetically speaking, for lack of redundancy, it could take a Search and Destroy game about 51 minutes. Also, Search and Destroy games cannot be played on all maps. Now let us talk a little bit about Woggle and ICOG Search and Destroy games, since Search and Destroy is what these two pro leagues play most of the time. We will ignore Woggle because I assume you know what it is and it's been around for quite some time. Instead, we will be talking about ICOG, which stands for International Competitive Online Gaming. In ICOG Search and Destroy, you are severely restricted to what you may use. Here is a list of rules that I am currently aware of. You cannot use any weapon past the rank of M416 or above the rank of M416. No NX weapons are allowed except for variants that don't offer any statistical benefit. For example, the G36E Valkyrie, the Scar-L Tri-Spear, the AK-47 Gold-Plated, and the M4A1 Desert Warrior, etc. No backpack is allowed. Male bases characters only. What I mean by that is that Combat Arms offers a variety of characters that you may use, among them specialists, mercenaries, and your own default character. Male bases are allowed in ICOG, but not femme bases. Also, specialists are not allowed. The only gear allowed is a light vest and head or face gear that don't offer any movement or armor benefits. I am not sure if heavy vests are allowed in ICOG, but that's for you guys to find out. No other explosives other than the default M67 frag grenade. No customized weapons. Only 2 or 3 G36E users on each team, assuming you have a full party of 8. Only 1 sniper is allowed per team, and in ICOG, we call them scopers. Any pistol is allowed, but if you use pistols like the G18 Cobra or the M93 Beretta, be prepared to get some serious shit. Spy Hunt is next on the list. Unfortunately, because I am not a great fan of Spy Hunt, I probably do not know everything that there is to know about Spy Hunt, but I will try my best. The game can only start with 4 people total. It is a weird combination of one-man army and elimination. There is a short prep period for players to be ready for the game to start, and once the game officially launches, 5 spy packs are littered throughout the map. The objective is to eventually pick up all the spy packs. If you pick up a spy pack, you will turn into a spy, and your character will act as if he or she has just respawned. Your character, if wounded, will regain all HP, AP, which is armor, and ammo upon turning into a spy. Be careful, however, when you pick up a spy pack, because the pack will only restore your full ammo capacity, but it will not restore your magazine. For example, what I mean by this is that if you shoot a spy and kill him, and you only have 13 bullets left in your magazine, let's say, and when you pick up that spy pack that's dropped, you will only still have 13 bullets in your magazine after you pick up that spy pack, but the bullets you fired to kill the spy will be restored to full. A special quirk that spies enjoy is that their armor also acts like health, so essentially they have double the health as normal players. The downside is that if you are a spy, you must fight up against 15 other people. I believe the M23F incendiary and the G7A gas grenades will deal direct HP damage to the spy, but this is yet to be confirmed. When you are a spy, you are also able to see all other spies' in-game names in highlighted red throughout the map, just like as you would if you had wall hacks. Once you pick up all five spy packs, you become the super spy. You start with 100 HP, but 500 armor points, or AP, that act like actual HP. So together you can think of the super spy's HP as 600 total HP, not XP. However, a clean headshot will finish the super spy easily, and people typically try to knife the super spy as melee weapons deal direct HP damage to the super spy. However, the super spy is called what he is for 3 different reasons. In the primary first slot, when you press the 1 key, he has the M134 minigun with 500 rounds. In the 2 key, or the 2 slot, or when you press the 2 button, he has the flamethrower, which is different from the specialist flamethrower in that it has infinite ammo. In the 3rd slot, he has the rocket launcher with 10 rockets, all of which are able to inflict a clean one-shot kill on any normal player should they come into contact with the blasts. Nexon patched the 10 rocket ammo aspect into Super Spies after the community's constant complaints about how the Super Spy was terribly lacking in long-range firepower. Before, the Super Spy was only able to carry 3 rockets. Super Spy has been the target of power leveling players. Although the lowest time limit for spy hunt games is 16 minutes, if no one becomes the Super Spy in that time, everyone is awarded a massive amount of EXP/GP, even if they haven't really done anything. If the players actually get kills but no one really becomes Super Spy, the rewards are greater yet still. I am pretty sure this aspect of Spy Hunt is still active, but with issues with power leveling through Spy Hunt have died down for the time being. Otherwise, if someone does become the Super Spy, the match will only award a meager amount of XP and GP, similar to Capture the Flag. And as always, or just like Capture the Flag, Spy Hunt can only be played on certain maps. Bombing Run is a relatively new game mode that takes after Call of Duty's Sabotage and Demolition game modes. There is a single bomb in Bombing Run in the middle of the map, and both teams are to race to it and plant the bomb at their own respective bomb sites. Each team receives one such bomb site specifically designated by a sword emblem on the player's HUD. The other bomb site is the player's own bomb site, which they must defend and is designated by a shield emblem, and you must prevent the enemy team from planting there. Only one person can carry the bomb at any time. Just like in Capture the Flag, the bomb carrier's IGN is highlighted red on enemies' HUDs. If the bomb runner dies while holding the bomb is dropped where he or she died, and it will stay there for 30 seconds before disappearing and returning to its original spawn location. Once a bomb is planted, the enemy team has 37 seconds to defuse the bomb, just like in Search and Destroy. The bomb planting and defusing mechanics are exactly identical to the mechanics featured in Search and Destroy games. If Bravo manages to defuse, it is their win, and the next round begins. It is different from Search and Destroy in that respawning is on, so that players can constantly play the objective. If the 5-minute time limit per round expires before either team can plant the bomb, the round is a draw, and both teams will receive a round win to move along the game process. Bombing Run games are often played with a no-plant rule, so that players can farm as many kills as possible in the game to receive insane amounts of EXP/GP. Personally, I have received more than 12,000 GP and 1000 GP, XP and GP, not GP and GP, in a single game, but you must have attained at least 130 kills to receive such rewards. Often, the game will break and award nobody any EXP or GP if someone goes over 140 kills. Whether or not this is a glitch or one of Nexon's retarded security rules, we do not know, and we may never know. Well guys, that's it for the first part of the second episode of Combat Arms In Depth, featuring the game modes and types. In the next part, I will finish up the rest of the game modes and talk briefly about the arms restrictions that Combat Arms complements its games rooms with. We'll see you later.